I'm going to go out on a limb and say this might be the second most important video for you to watch on my channel if you're playing in the Godforge Alpha. So without further ado, let's get into it. Hello everyone, Ragewood here, back with another Godforge video, and today we're going to be going through how to 2-star everything. Now, what do I mean by that? I'm going to just define things. So, a lot of the challenges in the cavern require you to do certain things. So, for example, if we come to 107, it will say defeat the stage with 0 Invoker and Defender heroes. This next one might say do it with at least 2 Aru heroes, and there are even more specific ones like place Retaliate on allies, and whatever 104 is, 2 Slayer, 2 Brawlers. Now, right now there is a slight lack in resources on exactly who has Retaliate, who has accuracy up, etc. And so that is what I'm going to try and do in this video. Future me here, coming back. Just want to point out this is a very long video just due to the topic of discussion. I'm going to put a ton of chapters in the description for you just to flick through nice and easy, so you don't have to sit through the entire thing if you don't want to. Anyway, back to the vid. Now, just to premise things, a lot of the earlier floors also have this information. So for 103, where it says place Retaliate on all allies, if I've already covered that from an earlier floor, I'm simply going to say please refer to this floor, and I will timestamp those below so you can just click through and easily go back. Also, I don't have every champion, so if I miss 1 or 2 people, I do apologise. But we're going to focus specifically on buffs and debuffs, the ones that say use X faction. We're going to cover that at the very beginning. So, let's not wait any longer. Let's get into it. Okay, so we're going to start sort of towards the top. And, for example, I just want to sort of get these factions, ones and such out of the way. So if we click stage 8, this is the first one we come up against, something like this, where it says defeat the stage using only Ekur and Olympus heroes. Now, in the Fateless Discord a few days ago now, we got this infographic, bang, done by Fateless, because this is one of the things that wasn't put into the first wave in time. So I'm just going to leave this up on screen for a little bit, essentially, and move my camera up so you don't have to see my floor. So, as you can see, we have Aru, Asgard, Avalon, Ekur, Izumo, Olympus, American, and Tian. So if I'm trying to do the stage 8 one, where it says only Ekur and Olympus, where will I get that information? Well, firstly, save this image because it will help you massively. And if I go into the battle, we come to our hero screen. Now, what you can do is, if I just move this across, you can press and hold over on top of a hero to bring up their stats. And so what you're looking for is you're looking to match this with the image that you're seeing to, well, it's probably the right on the screen. So this would be covering Ekur, which is on the second row down first on the left. So this would meet that requirement. Same with Zeus. If I press and hold Zeus, we can see the symbol, but unfortunately we can't click on it. So that's fine. I'm sure this will be brought in at a later date. So yeah, anything that says specifically Avalon heroes, things like that, I'm not going to go over really from this point onwards. Simply just keep coming back to this point and yes, just refer to this little sheet and match it up with what you see here. Now, the other two that I'm not going to spend too much over are the ones that are like use at least 1 Brawler or use at least 1 Chaos hero. Now, essentially, just do what we did with the factions, but this time we're going to look at some of these other things here. So This will tell me that it is a member of Order, and we're looking for the pointy star for Chaos. And then the second one in tells you their archetype. So Anubis is a Brawler, Aphrodite is an Invoker, Zeus is a Slayer, as you can see from this symbol here, Heimdall is a Defender, and then we're only missing a Disruptor. Let's click my babe, that is Skadi. The Funky Hand is a Disruptor. And then for those that say use Cunning, Eternal, things like that, this one on the far left here tells you what they are. So this is an Eternal hero, the purple. Wisdom is blue, which is actually something I lack, but the blue flame is Wisdom, the green snake is Cunning, and the red sort of helmet is Strength. Strength being, I think, probably the most common colour in the game. I don't actually know that, I haven't counted. This is just my guess. Anyway, so, I say, more broader ones we're not going to cover from this point onward. Specific ones like Cunning Slayers, for example, I will perhaps give a few tips or potential ideas on heroes you can use. So the first ones are designed to be very easy. It's simply defeat the stage while staying alive. You'll just use your starter hero to do that. Same with 2 as a strength hero. Defeat, use an ultimate ability, use a Slayer. The first 4 you can do just with your starter. Number 5 simply says do it with a common hero. You will pick some up likely along the way. If not, just come back to it. 6 was a Brawler. Now, Brawlers, there's a few in the game. You can use the likes of Minotaur, Bork, but if you're fortunate enough, you might pick up one of the common or uncommons as we're flying down. Such as Spartan. Spartan is a nice easy pickup to complete that one. Then stage 8, we've got, let's say, Ekur and Olympus heroes. Again, just use that sheet to come back to, but some examples. You've got Spartan right here. You can use Composite Bowman, he is an Ekur hero. You've also got the likes of Shablugal, which you pick up along the way as a defender. Icarus, if you're lucky, that kind of thing. Chaos, we're not going to cover. Defeat the stage with only strength heroes and 1 defender. Now, just use Shablugal in this instance and only use red heroes. Cunning heroes, Isolde is a support that everyone picks up along the way. Use her, maybe use Composite Bowman. You've also got the likes of, actually if I sort them by affinity, there we go. Icarus, Kunoichi, Brazilian Archer, and then some obviously the rarer options, King Tut, Musashi, Set, Hippolyta, all that jazz. The next few are pretty easy. Defender, common heroes, Slayers. The next one we're going to come to is 19, which is placing defense up. The first and easiest way to do this is Isolde. She has it on her core ability, so as long as you do this, you've done the mission. Pretty simple. Hippolyta has it as well. Places it on her basic attack, so just hit once and she's done. Shishi has it on his core. Then you've got the likes of Brunhild and Isis. Defeat the stage placing Mend. We're using Isolde again. She's got it on her basic attack. It's a nice, easy one to do. This is floor 23, which is place Amend. If you have Ramses and you've pulled a few copies of him, where is he? He actually gets it on his Awaken 3 after using his core, so that's another nice easy one to do. You've also got the likes of Green Knight and Dracula. 25. 25 is a tough one because you've got to place accuracy down on the enemy. I am only aware of 2 heroes that place accuracy down, and that is Sphinx. Sphinx doing it on her core, and Set. Where is he? Who has it on his ultimate. Those are the only two in the game that I think right now that have accuracy down, so quite a hard one to do. Likely going to be one you're going to have to come back to at some point. 26 is then place resistance down. Now there are a few more options available for this one. Dagonet. So Dagonet everyone gets. I think it's from floor 7, I think, something like that. And he has it on his core ability, but I believe it is locked behind an Awakening. Yes, it's locked behind Awaken 3. Now, Bork is a niche option you could use, to be fair, because he can transfer 1 debuff to the target that he's attacking. So if you've got resistance down on you, you can use him. Pandora, I think I've put on here for a similar reason. Where is it? Is it the passive? Yes. So those two sort of niche picks here, but you can use those. The other one is Kate Sith. Now this is someone that I don't think, again, many people have used, but he puts it on, I think it is his skill 1, but it's behind an Awakening once again. Yeah. So if the hero is under Vanish, each hit has a chance to place resistance down for 1 turn. And I think he starts the game in Vanish, yes. So as long as you auto-attack someone, you can get that done. So surefire ways, Dagonet, Kate Sith. Niche choices, potentially Bork and Pandora. 33, placing resistance up on allies. Again, there are 4 choices here. Pangu. Now, obviously a legendary hero, but if you have him, use him. Does it on his ultimate. You've also got Sphinx, once again, placing resistance up to 2 legendary, so again, likely going to have to come back. But the one epic choice is a wisdom unit, I was pretty certain. Yeah, there he is, Percival, who puts it up on his core ability. Those are the 3 with resistance up that I've seen so far. Moving along to 40. 40 requires you to place Attack Up on all allies. Well, I say all on all allies, just on allies, so this can be self. Oh yeah, I suppose that goes without saying. A lot of these, they don't specify all allies, they just need it to happen. So as long as it happens on one dude, you've done it. So who places Attack Up? Jackal! Jackal is a nice easy one. He has it on his ultimate as a common unit. So yeah, Jackal is one. Isolde can also do it on her core ability, but she needs to be Awakened 5 to do that. And then we come to sort of like our epic options. Achilles, I think the call is missing. I'm certain he places Attack Up and Sharpen and then gains an extra turn. If I'm wrong, I am sure everyone will let me know in the comments, but Achilles I'm pretty sure is one option. Musashi is another, placing it on his ultimate. You then got Zeus, who also puts it on his ultimate as well. And Shamash does it on his ultimate, as well as YDG. 42 is defense down. There are a couple of options once again. Leonidas does it on his basic attack. Pangu does it on his core. Bastet, do I have a Bastet? Does have it, but she needs to be Awakened 3 to gain it. And then we have Dagonet, who does it on his core, again, which we all get nice and early. And Shinigami. Where does he do it? On his core here. 44, speed up. So there is a nice easy one if you took her as your starter, and that is Lady Shock. So just use the ultimate ability to kill someone. Hippolyta has it. Aphrodite as well. Let's just see. Hippolyta, she has it on, is it her core ability? Yep, speed up. Specifically then you need an Olympus ally to gain speed up. And Aphrodite has it on her core, where she places initiative up as well. Quetzalcoatl has it. I don't have Quetzalcoatl to show you. And another niche pick, again, Green Knight, to steal it from someone else. 48 now. This requires you to place Attack Up and Defense Up on allies, so simply refer back to floor 19 or floor 40, but if you've got her Awakened 5, Isolde just does this on her own. Floor 50, Initiative Up. Couple of choices here. Aphrodite once again on her core, right here. You then have Unkheseneman and Guan Yu, I believe. So Unkheseneman does it on her basic attack, and then Guan Yu, I think, is linked to his ultimate. I think. Yeah, on his ultimate if he defeats an enemy. 53, Bleeds. Not too many people in this list. Lady Shock, once again, if you took her as your starter. Volkodlak, really cool hero, places it on his basic as well. Achilles places 3 on his basic, just here. And then, of course, you have a Dracul, Count Dracul, who does it on his core and his basic. 57 requires you to place a shield. Again, a few options here. Heimdall, he's a legendary unit. If you're lucky enough to have got him as your level 30 reward, he will do this for you. We then also have Tristane, does it on his core. Yep. So Tristane, Heimdall, Hippolyta and the Hands of Duat, and Medjay. There he is. Does it on his ultimate. Hound of Duat and Hippolyta both being Cunning. So she does it on her core there. And the Hound, is it his ultimate? Or it's on his core as well. 63 requires you to use a Cunning Slayer. So just a couple of options here. Hell, if you've got her, is a Cunning Slayer. Icarus is a Cunning Slayer. And Brazilian Archer. And Composite Bowman. And Achilles. And Tutankhamun. And Musashi. So, yeah, quite a few to pick from there. 64 requires you to place Resistance Up and Accuracy Up. Resistance Up we've already covered. Just refer back to floor 33. Accuracy Up, you've got Dagonet, Minotaur as well. Where do we have a Minotaur? We do. But again, I think this is, yep, on his core, but I think that's locked behind Awakening 1. Yep, so an Awakened 1 Minotaur. Dagonet does it to himself. On his core again, but sorry, on his basic, but again I think that's locked behind level 1 Awakening. Mordred and Pangu. Mordred has it on his core ability. Pangu, he does all sorts. I can't remember which one it is. It's his core too. 69. Way! Requires you to place Aetherburn. There are only 2 heroes in the game that I'm aware of that place Aetherburn, and that is Shamash and Loki. They are both legendary heroes, so yeah, going to be hard to do that one. Definitely one you're going to have to come back to. 73 requires you to place Corrupt, and that is Anubis and Mordred. Again, I think those are the only 2, both doing it on their core, and Mordred does it on his basic attack. 75, place Acid. 3 heroes that I can see. Tutankhamun is one of them. Let's bring it here. Does it on his basic attack. Hercules is another. Does it on his basic attack. And then, of course, Ramses. So if you picked Ramses as your starter, he also does it on his basic. So 3 basic attack heroes. Nice and easy to do that one. 77 requires defense down and attack down. So for defense down, refer back to 42. Attack down. Nemean Lion has attack down on his basic. Shishi has it on his basic as well. I love that little lion. Leonidas has it on his basic if he's Awakened 1. Brunhild, Musashi, Pangu and Sphinx. So there is a lot to choose from there. Oh, there's Shishi. Yep, and then Pangu and Sphinx. Sphinx I know is on her basic. And Pangu is locked behind one of these. Again, I think it might actually be an awakening. Yeah, it's awakened 3 for the core ability. 79 charm. Only 2 that I am aware of that do this consistently. That's Odin and Loki. Isolde will also do it on her ultimate, but only if Tristane is on the other team. Now, I've not looked to see whether Tristane is in this floor, but she has it on her ultimate here. If Tristane's on the enemy team, she will place Charm, and the Charm cannot be resisted. So, 3 choices, 2 consistent. 81, Blaze. There are 4 options here, and I've only got 2 of them myself. So Aseg and Bastet are 2 options here. Bastet is on her ultimate. Aseg, it's tied to his passive, so potentially they can all land Blaze just when he attacks, but it's not very reliable. The other 2 are Ra and YDG. I don't have either of them on my account, unfortunately, but yeah, they also place burns. 85. Defeat the stage while placing a disable on an enemy. Now this is any disable, any freeze, any stun, anything like that. And essentially what we're looking for are sort of purple icons. So confuse, taunt, there's quite a few up there. Another confuse on Mordred. There are a lot to pick from. Percival's got stun on his core. So yeah, just look out for purple ability on any of them. Heck, even Pandora can put a random one out. So lots of choices for 85. Floor 88, defeat the stage while placing both speed up and speed down. So for speed up options, go back to floor 44. For speed down, you've got Pangu, once again, who does a little bit of everything right here. We have Horus, who also has it on his core. We have Skadi, who is single-handedly the best rare in the game, I think, personally, on her ultimate. And then we have Jackal, once again, the little common coming in clutch with his basic attack. Floor 89 is defeat the stage with 1 rare hero and 1 Vyraj hero. Now you can just do this, well, you can meet both requirements with a couple of heroes. Where is he? Bork is both Vyraj and rare. Maria is both Vyraj and rare, as well as Vol Kodlak. Where is he? We've definitely got him. There you go. They're both Vyraj rare heroes. If you've got Dracula, just make sure you bring another rare hero in. 92. This is one that I still have not done, which requires you to place Immortal. Now, Hercules has it once you ult loads and loads and loads of times. The problem is I kill everything too quick, so I can't do that. Isis has it on her ultimate. Where is she? But she needs to be awakened 5 for that, so very hard one to do. And the other one, I've seen Sphinx place it in the tower when I fought up against her, but I don't know if it's locked behind one of these for Sphinx, because I can't see any of her abilities. So it may be just Isis that it's in the way, but potentially, say I've seen Sphinx have Immortal a couple of times. Floor 96, place defense up and mend. Go back to floors 19 and 23. 99 requires you to place both stun and defense down. So for defense down, go back to floor 42. For stun, you've got a couple of options. Zeus has it on his core. I have never seen this land at all. So I don't know if it's bugged or whether it's just because I don't have enough accuracy, but I have never seen the stun land. Percival has it on his core. So this is probably the most reliable way to do it. You've then also got Minotaur and Hercules. But if you don't have either of those, One thing you can do is use the Tremor set. Now, at 4-piece, it has a 20% chance to place a stun, so if you use that on someone with an AoE ability, maybe even Hercules, for example, on his skill 1, you've got the opportunity to place the stun that way, so kind of cool. 105 accuracy up and accuracy down. Please go back to 25 for accuracy down and 64 for accuracy up. 106, place barrier on allies. So there are a awful lot of options for this one. Gilgamesh will place it at Awaken 3 when he uses his ultimate ability. You then have, let's scroll down, Shishi will place it at Awaken 3 whenever allies receive a debuff. Hound of Duat will place it, I believe, is it locked behind? On his passive when attacking enemies, he also places a barrier on himself. Leonidas has it on his passive when he takes damage. Osiris has it on his ultimate if the target is Order. And Shamash will do it on his ultimate, as well as Anubis on his. So yeah, quite a few options there. Then we come to 111, which requires you to place both Protect and Radiance on allies. So once again, for Protect, we have the Hound of Duat, so he's doing quite a few here. Right there. Where is Medjay? Place it on his basic attack. Shishi will do it again on his ultimate ability. Yep, Shishi will do it on his ultimate ability. And Heimdall also has Protect 2. Again, once again, a very strong hero. For Radiance, we have Tristane. We have Shablugal. So Shablugal has it on his basic attack. Tristane has it on his ultimate. You've then got Percival, Brynhild, Shamash, and Isis if Horus is on the team. Coming towards the end now. The next floor is 116, where you need to place Vanish and Sharpen. So for Vanish, we have Dagonet, who does it on his core ability when he places his defense down. Kate Sith starts the game with Vanish, so a very easy one to do. Just literally bring them in and they will do that. Bork also has it. And then you've got Volkodlak and Sphinx. So Sphinx will give Vanish to everyone else. Volkodlak is locked behind an Awakening. And then you've also got Kunoichi on her ultimate. And Volkodlak, I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's Awaken 1 right there. For Sharpen on this floor, you can use Brazilian Archer. And you can use Imhotep, I think. Yep, Imhotep on his core. Brazilian Archer, as I've mentioned. Icarus on his core as well. No, it is his core. Achilles on his core, even though mine appears to be bugged and not showing it there, but he does do it. And Leonidas is the last one on his ultimate there. 117. Speed down and initiative down. So for speed down, please refer back to floor 88. For initiative down, there are only 4. And they are Set on his basic attack. We have Anubis on his core. We have Skadi and then Pangu are the other 2 options. So, but Pangu has it on his core. Skadi will place it just if the target is under a freeze. So, nice easy one, especially if she hits twice. So, if you land the freeze first time round, the second hit likely to place it for you. 124, place Bleed and Acid, just refer back to floor 53 and 75. Essentially, if you've got Ramses and Lady Shock, job done. 125, place Blunt. Now, there are not many heroes that do this. We have Sphinx, who does it on her basic attack, and we have Kate Sith and Horus. So Horus has it on his core. Kate Sith, she's Spirit, on his or her ultimate. And then also on 1 in 25, you need to place Curse. So you've got Mummy that will do that. You've got Hell that will place Curse. We have King Tut, wherever he is. Do I have an Awakened King Tut? I do. Ah, it's locked behind his passive. I knew it was somewhere. Each attack has a chance to place Curse. And Osiris is the last one. I don't know which ability it's on. It's on his core. 134 then. You have to place Hex and Vulnerable. For Hex, there is only one character in the alpha that places Hex. That is Shinigami, and it is locked behind his Awakening one. He is the only one with this, so you need him to do this. Vulnerability, few options. Kunoichi is one. Kate Sith is another. Tutankhamun, Volkodlak, and Bastet. So let's just have a quick peek-see at some of them. I think they're all strengths or cunning. So let's see. Yep, Kate Sith 1. Doing it on the basic, but it's written in blue, which is really confusing. King Tut, as we saw earlier, does a plethora of stuff on his ultimate. Who else did I say? Kunoichi, Bastet, and Volkodlak. So Kunoichi on her ultimate there. Bastet on her core. And Volkodlak does it on his ultimate as well. Despair should be purple. And then the last one that people are going to find difficult is 146, which is Bleed, Blaze, and Acid. Refer back to floor 53, 75, and 81. There are obviously lots of others in between, such as using 2 common heroes or uncommon heroes without losing an ally for floor 141. Again, just refer back to the hero page, take a look. Just to clarify, oranges are legendary, purples are epic, blues are rare, greens are uncommon, and greys are common heroes. That is it today. This has been a long one, but I'm really hoping people will find it useful just to quickly jump around and refer back to their options. Thank you very much for bearing with me on this one. Take care and look after yourselves. Work hard, but as always, play harder, and I will see you in another one soon. Cheers.